So everyone's receiving the lessons, like the Word documents that have been sent out? Okay, good, 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 excellent. Okay, so maybe we'll just give it a minute or two, see if other people will join. Okay, so lesson number 3. So from the other week, we had some people that were interested in learning kinship and numbers and directions and some more dialogue phrases. So next week, I have all brand new dialogues that will be introduced. So it will be, it won't have anything to do with lessons 1 or 2 and anything to do with those dialogue phrases. We're going to move on to completely new phrases. So it'll be exciting. So this week we are going to cover kinship and numbers. So kinship and numbers, of course, are very, you know, we use them in our everyday language, whether it's English or whatever language it is. We always use these phrases and terms. So the numbers, I'm just going to share my screen here. So the document that I sent out last week, because I was sick, I didn't have time to finish the document that was sent out. So the new document here that I have up, this one. Okay, so this is the new document. I hope everybody can see that okay. So the one that you guys have don't have the breakdown of how to pronounce the words and the numbers. So this one does. So we'll send this out again so that everybody will have this copy. All right, so I do apologize for that. So, okay, so, all right, so the numbers that I have up here, oh wait, what do we want to do here first? Kinship is first, okay. So these ones, all right, where's my phone? Okay, so when I got these phrases here for the kinship phrases, I referred a lot of it, I pulled a lot of it here from the Saulteaux phrase book, because many of you are going to be getting this book, so it will help to with my teachings as well. So once you get this, you'll realize that this is where I got a lot of my teachings from. So I didn't want to pull a bunch of resources all together and pool them all together and make it confusing for anybody. So you'll see that a lot of my teachings are going to come from this booklet, which you will all will be getting. Well, for the ones that keep coming back, for the ones that keep returning, you'll get this book, and so it'll help make some, hopefully it'll make sense to you guys. Okay, so sorry, you'll have to excuse me. I'm still getting over my cold that I had. All right. Okay, so let's get started. Okay. Hello, all of my relations. I am very happy to be with all of you today. So today we are going to be covering, as I mentioned, we're going to be covering kinship, so some phrases here, and these numbers, so 1 all the way down through to 100, so just the basics in there, but we'll start with kinship. Okay, so For Neen, me, myself, Neen, Neen. Neen is me. This is me, Neen. So that's when you're referring to, well, I guess yourself, right? Neen, me, Neen. Mom, mother, Nimama, Nimama. So if you can say that in there. Again, just how I've broken everything down here is I've tried to break them out as phonetically easily, you know, that you can follow them phonetically, and I find that makes it easier. So there we go. So mother, Nimama, Nimama. Father, Nipapa, Nipapa, Nipapa. So ne is me, mine. You're just saying this is my dad, Nipapa. Nimama, sago Nipapa. Sago is and. Nimama, sago Nipapa. Mom and dad. Son, Nigozis. Ne gozis. Ne gozis. Negozis. Son. Daughter, Nitanis, Nitanis. And a lot of these, I know when I say them collapsed. So I don't fully say Nitanis, Nitanis, Danis, like it's collapsible. So I would say Danis, Danis, but it's Nitanis. Grandchild, Nuisance. Nuisance, nuisance, grandchild, uncle. So uncle and aunt in here. So just from how I was raised. So I was raised on my dad's side. So that terminology is easier for me to understand. But when it comes to uncle, like say on my mom's brother, and my mom's sister, those are different to me. I haven't, you know, I wasn't raised by my mom or on my maternal side of the family. So that type of terminology, when it has to do with the maternal side, there are different ways to say these phrases when it comes to kinship. But so I'll show you the example here in just a minute. So for uncle, this would be your dad's brother. This uncle is on your dad's brother, is Nemisume. 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 Uncle. Nemisume. And that's your dad's brother. Nemisume. And then for your mother's brother, how you say that is nizise, 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 nizise. That's your mother's brother, nizise. So your father's brother, nimisume, and your mother's brother, nizise. So there's a difference there, and it has to do with the kinship, of course, on your maternal and paternal sides there. And your aunt, so your father's sister, your father's sister, your dad's sister, Nizikus, Nizikus. So this is a term that I am really not familiar with, Nizikus. I'm not familiar with that. I don't ever recall hearing that terminology, but it's definitely one of those phrases out there that's, you know, that has to do with the kinship from your mom and your dad's side. This one here, your mom's sister, Nemamayes, Nemamayes. Nemamayes. This is your mom's sister. So that's how you would refer to your aunt there. Nemamayes. My husband or wife. Niwitiakan, niwitiakan. So this is the person that you are with, the person that you are by, that you go with, is how you would pronounce, is how that would be broken down. Niwitiakan, niwitiakan. My husband or my wife. My child or children. So singular and plural here. So niapanunzi, niapanunzi, that's child. Niapanunziak is more than one child. Niapanunzi is child. Niapanunzi, that's just one. And then for two, niapanunziak, niapanunziak. All right, and then for grandpa, grandpa and grandma, these ones seem to be the very well-known terminology across, I guess, you know, with Saulteaux and Cree is nimisumis, or in my family, we called my grandpa Chum. But the nimisumis for your grandpa. And your grandma is, so this is, you would say nuku or kuku. I was raised to address my grandmother as kuku. Just, I guess, this is different again with all of the different Saulteaux communities that you go to. Some refer to, this is all different in every Saulteaux community, but I was told to address her as kuku. But of course you would say nuku, nuku. Okay, so we've covered nin, ni mama, ni papa, ni gozis, ni tanis, no ses, ni mesume, ni zese, ni zekus, ni mamaes, ni wichikan, ni apanunzi, ni mesumes, Sigonuku. Those are so these ones are just the basic ones that I addressed. Again, so I pulled them from this book. There's definitely a lot more kinship phrases in here. So just to give you an idea of how in depth these phrases can go from father to mother side. There's male cousins, female cousins, older brother, older sister, younger sister, nephew on your brother's side or niece on your brother's side. So there's a full 2 pages in this book where it tells you exactly, you know, if you want to go in depth of more of those kinship teachings. But these ones that I chose, I find that these are, you know, the most common kinship phrases. So, do we have any questions now, or do we need to go over the pronunciation of some of these words?
Is kokum Saulteaux?
Kokum is Saulteaux, yeah. So that's just another one of those phrases. Kuku, kokum. I was, you know, I've always just addressed as kuku. So even on my maternal and paternal side, I've known them as kuku.
Ah.
So it's yeah, they definitely mean the same thing for sure.
Okay, thank you.
For the, how do you say brother? Is it Nietzsche?
What do I have on here for brother? So there's the older brother and then there's the younger brother. So the older brother is Nisae. I'll just quickly put that on here. So this one would be, so older brother is Nisae, younger brother is Nitsimes. So there is Nisae, Sugunitsi, Mes. So older brother, younger brother. So I can add those ones on here too. Nisae. Nisae. And that's the same with sister as well. So there's Nimese is your older sister, Nimese, and your younger sister is Nisime. So again, the different terminology in there as well. And that's just for, you know, the mother's side and the dad's side, and then older, younger. So there's not just one word like there would be for Namama. Namama is just your mom. It doesn't matter if it's like your grandma on your mom's side or your dad's side. Mom is Namama, father's Napapa. But when it comes to like your father's brother, your mother's brother, those it can definitely get confusing. So then this is what I was going to include in my next week's dialogue, was just to show the difference of how these are used in a sentence in a dialogue. So it'll, you'll have a better understanding from when I do the next lesson. These are just the terms I want you to get familiar with this week. And then next week, we'll put them in the dialogue so that you can, and I'll differentiate the lessons or the phrases so that you can learn what is your, the difference between your father's brother and your mother's brother, for example, or your grandma, your grandpa, different ways to know that. And then so with the next week's dialogue as well, we're going to learn directions as well. Directions with the kinship and the numbers. So we'll have all new, brand new, new dialogue for next week. Okay, so I'll keep adding there. These ones I'll just put on there, brother and then sister. Let me see. Let's see. Oh wait, I'm being strong. So do we have a lot of people that are in Regina right now on here? Or are we tuning in from different cities here? So the only reason why I'm asking is because I know over the next coming weeks, even right now, depending on what community you're from, there is a lot of language and cultural camps that are going on in different communities. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to make any of them because they are right in the middle of the week during my work hours, and I haven't been able to make it to any of them. But if you have the chance to, you know, go to these language camps or workshops, by all means participate in them. It's such a good learning experience when you place yourself in a room of other people that are also trying to learn the language, or if you just hear the language, you might not necessarily know how to speak it, but when you place yourself in a room of, you know, all these language keepers, it's really, you know, a really fulfilling experience and a feeling when you participate in things like that. So if you have the chance, definitely participate in those. And I know Regina, in the next couple of weeks here, they have a language camp going on all week. It's actually for 2 weeks long, and they're covering each day is a different language. So they will be covering Saulteaux in there, Cree, Dene, Lakota, Nakota, Michif, like they're covering all these languages and they're having full day camps on teaching these languages. So if you're fortunate enough to participate in those, by all means, go and surround yourself with the language. Okay, so that is kinship. So that is a good start there on how to pronounce your parents, your children, your grandchildren, and your immediate family. Okay, so the next one we are going to do is we are going to do numbers. So again, numbers are a part of your everyday life. So I tried to break this down as simple as possible. I hope, because when I say them, I hear it differently. So I hope that you guys are able to make out what I'm saying. Okay, so does anybody in the group know how to count to even 5 in Saulteaux? Missy, do you want to share? Do you want to start us off, and do you feel comfortable in counting at least up to 5?
I can only count to 5.
Okay, well, that's great. That's great. Yeah.
Bejik,
Nice.
Niswe, Niwin, Nanan. Yeah, Bejik,
All right.
Niswe, Niwin, Nanan. Yeah.
Excellent. Good job. Good for you. What about you, Glenda? Did you want to give it a whirl? Do you feel confident in counting at least up to 5, or can you count higher than that? Or
I'll do it. It would be interesting, but okay. Basic, Nis, Nisu, Niwin, Nanan.
all right.
I don't have my glasses, so I can't really.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so you can read them how I'm trying to phonetically spell them. So that's good. That's
Oh
good.
yes.
That's good. Yeah. And again, these are so similar to Cree. So it's even if you were to even say them in Cree, as you know, I don't think a Saulteaux person would get confused. They would still know what you're counting to. So
I basically know how to curse in Cree, but I don't remember much other words.
Oh, that's funny how when we're learning languages that it's the bad words or the swear words that we all learn faster than any other words. So
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, so did anybody else want to give it a try? Or if anybody knows how to count up to 10 at all?
I can count up to 10.
Okay, do you want to share? Do you want to start us off
Sure.
and count to 10?
Sure. Pazik, Neens, Niso, Niwin, Nanan, Nigatasa, Neensasa, Nizasa, Singsa, Mitatasa.
Oh, good job. Thank you so much for that. Awesome. Okay, so, all right, yeah, that's basically up to 10. And then, so of course, I just want to mention, depending on, when I say these words, I'm saying them collapsed. I'm saying them a lot faster, I guess, than what is actually being taught. So I know the next reserve over from mine pronounce these differently than what we would say, but so I just wanted to make that clear. Like I'm teaching how I know how to say these, and so all right, so we'll get started. So just follow along with me. I will go through the list first, and then we will go through each one on how to pronounce them. So basic, Nis, Niso, Niwin, Nanan, Ngataso, Nisaso, Nisaso, Sangso, Metaso, Metaso basic, Metaso Nis. So with these ones, you're going to notice from basically 11 to 19, It's all of the numbers, and it's all of the numbers from 1 to 9 with, and all we're adding on is metasa. So metasa, that's like 10 plus 1, 10 plus 2, 10 plus 3, 10 plus 4. So that's how it's broken down. That is what it actually means. So there's 11. What we're actually saying is metasa sa basic is 10 plus 1. That's how we're saying 11. Metasa sa basic, metasa sa nis. So we're just adding on to all of those metasa sa basic. So metasa sa, that's 10 plus. That's basically what that means. Metasa sa, that's 10 plus. So all the way down, that's all it is 10 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down to 9. And then when we get to 20, nistana. And it's, again, this is gonna be repetitive all the way through to 100. So you are saying, nistana is basically 10 plus 10. 10 plus 10 is 20. And that's how it's pronounced, is like nistana. And so you would go all the way, just repetitive, how we're doing 11, 12, 13, all the way through, but you would add tina on all of them. Okay, and then we go 30, nisimitina, neomitina, nanamitina. So it goes all the way down here to 100. So let's go through these phrase by phrase here. So basic, I know a lot of you would pronounce it as basic, and it's the same. It's the same. So basic, knees, niso, niwin, nanan, nigitaso, nisaso, nisaso, sankso, mitaso. So that's 1 to 10. And then so we're going to add on 10 plus. Metaso sa basic, metaso sa knees, metaso sinso, metaso sa niwin, metaso sa nanan, metaso nigitaso, metaso sa ninsaso, metaso sa nisaso, metaso sankso, nistana, 20. And 30, so 20, 30, 40, all the way to 100. Nistana, nisimitina, neomitina, nanamitina, 60, nigitasimitina, nisasimitina, nisasimitina, sanksimitina, and ingatak. Ingatak is 100. So I always get confused as I count higher between 7 and 8. 7 and 8 sound so similar to me. It's really just a slight pronunciation off between these two numbers. So we just go back up here. So 7 is nisaso and 8 is nisaso. So they're very similar, but it's a big difference there. Okay, so I know that was a little bit much. It takes some getting used to on understanding how these are all added. So of course, us in the English language, we're just, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, but in any of the languages, it's just, you're adding 10 plus 1, and that's how you're pronouncing it. So do we have any questions about that one? I know that was a little bit much. I mean, we can go through these as many times as you need to. That's not a problem at all. We can completely review the whole thing again, so.
How would you
There's
say,
so much to remember.
Yes, there is. And that's why I say that it's important to go through these numbers, go through any of the phrases or the words as often as you can throughout the day. And so typically I know, you know, even counting to 10 is big, you know, that like good for you if you can count to 10, because it is a lot to count to 10 in a different language. So, but to add on, you know, all the way up to 100 and higher numbers, it can be really confusing. Like even for me, just going through all of this and saying it, it was like, oh, okay, it can be a tongue twister for sure. Ted, did you have any questions? You look like you're really trying to study how I'm saying everything here. So if you need help, just put your hand up or tell me to slow down. Like we can definitely go through it again.
We have a message here.
Okay.
Can you say 30, 40, and 50 again, please?
Okay, so where are we here? 30, 40, and 50. So nesimetina, 30. Nesimetina. Nesim it inna. Nesim itina. 30. 40. Niwamitina. Niwamitina. Niwe mitina. Niwe mitina. 40. 50. Nana mitina. Nana mitina. Nana mitina. Nana mitina. So with all of these, you know, once I find if you know numbers 1 through 10, it makes it easier to understand how the rest of the numbers come into play, like the additional phrases, because what you're saying is 1 to 10 all over again in every single set of 10s that you're doing. Okay, so let's go through that again. We'll go all the way up to 20. Okay, so basic, knees, niso, niwin, nanan, nikitaso, nisaso, nisaso, sangso, mitaso, all the way up to 10. And then if you just keep practicing those, basic, knees, niso, niwin, nanan, nikitaso, nisaso, nisaso, sangso, mitaso. And then just to throw some confusion in there, let's go through the teen numbers in here. Mitaso sa basic, mitaso sa basic, mitaso sa knees, mitaso sa knees, mitaso sa nisaso, mitaso sa nisaso. See, I get twisted up because it's saying it so slow is what confuses me. Saying it faster is okay, I can do that, but breaking it down by, you know, just by all the little phrases there is what trips me up. So mataso siniso.
Natalie, sorry, apologies. Are you able to zoom in? Like, are you able to zoom that document in more?
Let me
Just a
see.
tad hard to see.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sorry about that, guys. I should have done that earlier.
Thank you.
Okay, so here we are. So this is where we left off. Metaso, 10. So we're saying 10 plus 1, 10 plus 2, plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 10 plus all of these numbers. Okay, so where were we? 13. Metaso niso. Metaso se niso. 14. Metaso siniwin. Metaso siniwin. 15. Metaso sinanan. Metaso sinanan. 16. Metaso sinikitaso. Metaso asinikitaso. 17. Metaso asoninswaso. Metaso asiniswaso. 18. Metaso asinisaso. Metaso asinisaso. 19. Metaso sangaso. Metaso sangaso. 20. Nistina. So you would go through, if we wanted to do 20, 21, it would be Nistina sa Sibezik. So again, you would add Nistina, Asa, and then Sibezik. So you're doing 20 plus 1. So again, you're going back to the beginning. And okay, so we'll do 20. Nistina. 20. Nistina. 30. Nisimitina. Nisimitina. 30. Nisimitina. 40. Neumitina. 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 50. Nana mitina. Nana mitina. Nana mitina. 60. Negita simitina. Negita simitina. 60. Negita simitina. 70. Nisa simitina. Nisa simitina. 80. Nisa simitina. Nisa simitina. So the big difference here, why these are so similar, you're basically saying ninsa simitina. And then 80, nisa simitina. So these two can definitely be confusing, 70 and 80. 90, sank simitina. 90, sank simitina. And 100, ngatok. 100. Okay, so that was counting 1 to 100 in a nutshell. And as I mentioned, these ones with the, for next week's lesson, these numbers and kinship, not all of them. I will pick, I guess what I feel would be the most memorable phrases in a new dialogue next week. So we're gonna have new dialogue and we're gonna learn direction as well next week, so. Okay, so do we have any questions? I see 2 questions up here, Kristen. Are those just previous ones or?
Oh, the comments in the chat group?
Yeah.
Yes. So you already answered the first one and then we had another one here. She said it's so hard.
Yep, definitely.
Okay, so for now, definitely, let's just keep it simple and let's just focus on counting 1 to 10. 1 to 10. Okay, we'll keep it simple. And then the rest will just be for reference. If you feel, you know, that you have learned numbers 1 to 10 and you're ready to learn more, then these numbers here will be there for you to learn from. Okay, so let's go through this again here. So
We do have another comment here. How do
Okay.
we say 0?
oh, that's a good one. Oh, I don't know even if I know that one. 0. I don't know how to say 0. There's the only thing that comes to mind when like 0, like nothing, is gaungego. Gaungego. There's nothing. Gaungego. Nothing. But yeah, that's a good one. And that's gonna keep my wheels turning here. So let me reach out to my elders here and let's see if we have a word for 0. And then if there is, I'll include that in next week's lesson. But yeah, to my knowledge, I don't know of the word 0. I just know of basically the term nothing. Gaungego, nothing, gaungego. Okay, so with the few minutes that we have left, let's do a quick recap right from the beginning for the kinship phrases. Okay, so do we have any volunteers that would like to just randomly pick a word and try to pronounce it? Allison, do you think you would like to try a word? You're doing so good, and I'm so glad that you are participating. Okay, yeah, so I think I guess the easier ones to pronounce and remember would be oh, I guess I could have put, so this one was also in the other ones. You. Jeez. So I do need, yeah, so this one is not spelled properly, but keen is you, keen. Okay, so we've done neen. Neen is me, neen. Keen is you, keen, keen. Nimama, nimama. Mom, your mother, nimama. Your mom, ke mama, ke mama, ke mama. My mom, nimama. Your mom, ke mama, nimama, ke mama. So ne, neen, and keen, or ne and ke are me and you. Father, ne papa. Ne papa. Your father, ke papa. Ke papa. Son, negozis. Negozis. Son, negozis. Daughter, nitanes. Nitanes. Your son, ke gozis. Ke gozis. Your daughter, gitanes. Gitanes. Grandchild, no science. No science. So this is definitely being pronounced through your nose, like through your nasal. This is very nasalized. So it's no science. No science. Grandchild. No science. Uncle. Nimiso me. Nimisume, uncle. Nimisume. Aunt. Nimamaes. Nimamaes. And then again, of course, we can change it up. Your auntie. Gimamaes. Gimamaes or Nimamaes. Okay, my husband or wife. Niwitiwakan. Niwitiwakan. This is who I go with. This is who I'm with. My husband, wife. Niwitiwakan. And that's for my. Niwitiwakan. You can also put Giwitiwakan. Ki, you, ki. Giwitiwakan. Grandpa. Nimisumis. Nimisumis. Grandma, nuku, or kuku, or kukum. Brother, nisae. Nisae. Sister, nimise. Nimise. And these are all pronouncing from like my point of view, your point of view. Everything is ne, which means it's mine. I'm pronouncing it, I'm addressing it. This is my grandchild. This is my uncle, my auntie, my husband, my grandpa. And if you wanted to reverse it so that you're saying you, then you would put ki, kimisume, Gigozis, Giwitiwakan. So it's addressing as either me or you in there. Okay, so that was this is your immediate family. So this is your mom, your dad, your grandparents, your children. This is your immediate family for kinship. Okay, do we have any questions on this one? Or suggestions? By all means, I'm always open to your suggestions as well.
So if I was to say my daughter and her name, would I say Natanis Kristen, or would it be Kristen Natanis?
So the first way you said it, yeah. Nitanis,
Kristen.
yeah. Away. Or you could say Nitanis, Kristen away. That means like, this is my daughter.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's kinship there, and then we'll touch base really quick again on numbers 1 to 10. Okay, so does anybody feel anybody that hasn't already gone yet? Just after going through this here this evening, does anybody feel confident enough to give it a try to count to 1 to 10? iPad 3, I see that you're so engaged and you're learning and you're following along. What is your name? I see you following along so closely. Did you want to give it a try? I see that you're sitting with somebody as well. Did you both want to give it a try together? Oh, you're on mute though. You're gonna have to unmute yourself. There you go.
I don't know, I can't see it now. Oh, there we go. Page 2 again. Nasi, Nasu, Nasiwin, Nanisuin, Nas Tesco, Nisasu, Nisaso, Narciso. Many Tesco.
Good job. Yeah. So that's good. Yeah. I tried my best to pronounce, make them phonetically, so that you could read them and pronounce them easily. So I hope you're following along on there. But good job. Thank you for participating.
Now you know how I look.
Good job. Yeah, it's all about trying and learning and hearing yourself say the words also. Like it really is it makes learning fun when you really give it when you try your best. So thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
Okay, who else I haven't seen on here? I see Kristen's iPad. Is she online? Hi, Kristen. Thank you so much for joining the class tonight. So did you want to give it a go and see if you can count to 10 in Saulteaux?
Yeah, I can try.
Awesome.
Okay. Pezik, Nis, Niso, Niwin, Nanan, Nigitaso, Nisaso, Nisaso, Sankiso, Mitaso.
Yeah, good job. Way to go, Kristen. Good job. Thank you so much for participating. All right, Cassandra, did you want to participate and see if you can count to 10 in Saulteaux? Let's see, Cassandra Dubois. Oh, maybe we don't. Maybe she's not online.
Sorry, I just have baby right now.
Oh, okay, good. But you can hear. Okay, good. All right. Okay. Well, let's all go through this together. I'll say it nice and loud. Say it along with me. All right, here we go. Basic.
Basic.
Knees.
Knee.
Niso.
Nita.
Niwin.
Niwin.
Nanan.
Nana.
Nikitaso.
Nikitaso.
Nisaso.
Nataso.
Nisaso.
Nataso.
Sangaso.
Nagaso.
Mitaso.
Mataso.
Excellent. Good job, everybody. All right. So good to know. Thank you for sharing and participating. So that was 1 to 10 in Saulteaux. And so those are the numbers that I will incorporate then for next week's lesson. I won't include anything past 10. We'll keep it nice and simple, and we'll keep it 1 to 10. Okay. All right. So we'll leave these ones out of here.
Oh yeah. I have a question.
Yes, Allison.
What is the hardest number?
Oh, you know what? There's numbers, like, as far as the English language can go, the Saulteaux, there's always a way for Saulteaux to say it as well. It might not be the exact way that we would say it in English, obviously, but Saulteaux, we would find a way to say that number. We can go into the thousands. Like, those are numbers that I don't know how to say. So I would say once it starts getting into the thousands, it would be hard to pronounce. Okay, do we have any other comments or questions here? I know our class is coming to an end here. I know 1 hour goes by so fast, and And as for your class next week, next Tuesday, is there, again, I always want to get your input. I want to get your feedback on phrases or terminology that you want to learn. Like, remember that this is your class and I'm learning with you. We're learning together. So let me know what you want to know, and I will do my best to include it in next week's class. And as I mentioned, we are going to be learning direction. We will include new dialogue for kinship and for numbers.
So there is a comment here, Natalie. Can you please include the other numbers past 10 for reference in the document that is mailed out or emailed out? Thank you.
So what do you mean?
So maybe like spelling out 20, like 21, 22, 23, 24. And then
Okay, like
so
how
on.
far would you like for that to go up to?
I was just wondering if you could just do like, you could even do the 10, like by tens past 20. So like 20, 30, 40. You don't have to include all the in between numbers.
Okay, so
Just how you have it written there. Yeah.
yeah,
I was just asking because you mentioned that you'll do 1 to 10, but I was just asking for reference for myself if you can include the other ones on the
oh yeah,
document.
okay, yeah. So this one is the previous document that was sent out wasn't finished, and that's on me. I didn't have a chance to finish it because I got sick, but this one is the finished one. So you will all get this one as well. So this one will include the 20, 30, 40, 50, and then all the way to 100. And if you wanted me to take it a step further, we could do the in-between numbers just to really show you, because what you're doing with these numbers, when you're doing the tens, you're just adding that number plus 1 is how it's being written out. I hope I'm explaining that so that you can understand it. So
Yeah.
but is that good? Like, is this what you were meaning? So 20, 30,
Yeah.
40, 50, 60, 70, 80? Okay.
Yeah, because like when I like learned how to count, like I could count up to 30, but I just noticed like it is really repetitive, so I just need to learn like the tens and
Okay, yeah, for sure, no problem. We'll get this emailed out to you for sure so that you can have it.
awesome, thank you.
No problem.